Welcome back. Taking a full look at weather now. Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. Maybe some people visiting from out of town were disappointed to not find some sunshine along the coast as they're walking down the trail.
Yeah.
But sunshine in other parts.
I can imagine. I think that's kind of this thing, right? People are like, oh, I'm just going to go to California.
Yeah, traffic coming in was
May
pretty
and
bad.
June on my summer vacation. And then they get to the coast, they're like, wait a minute.
Where's sunny California?
Why is it cloudy here? Well, it's just common this time of year to have these clouds. Here's a live look from Domenico's on the Wharf tonight. We are seeing the city lights reflecting off of the low clouds this evening. And the long story short is it's cloudy on the coast because this is the time of year that the weather pattern just kind of slows down. But it's hot across much of the state, or at least warm, and warm enough to make the air rise everywhere, pretty much. That warm rising air creates low pressure at the surface. And then when you have a void or an area of low pressure, something has got to fill it. So it starts to seek out new life and new civilization. No, that's Star Trek. But it tries to seek out air that can replace the air that's rising up. And the easiest access to that is that cool, dense marine layer, which is out over the ocean. It starts to grab at it and it pulls it in along the beaches and up over the hills, and eventually the breezes reach the Central Valley. But we're kind of in the crosshairs. We're in that transitional area, so it just keeps the low clouds, the cool temperatures coming, and it keeps us nice and cool on the coast for, well, much of the traditional summer. We get our summer locally, typically in September and October, when the weather pattern gets active again and we get offshore flows. And that reverses everything and takes that warm air inland and shoves it all the way to the coast. But golly, we got a couple of months before that happens. In the meantime, weather pattern way off to the north, high pressure off to the south, not budging all that much. We'll have some subtle differences, like a trough passing by to the north tomorrow, which will kind of keep the warming trend we had today inland in check, kind of keeping things normal. And at the coast, just the moving of this will kind of disrupt the marine layer a little bit, so it won't be quite as stable. It'll still be there. It'll still be cool on the coast tomorrow, but I think we'll be sunnier. On top of that, we have some slightly drier air moving in out of the northwest. So sunnier tomorrow, a little bit warmer on the coast. Then through the end of the week, high pressure off to the west, kind of trying to control the game, and that will warm us up a little bit toward Thursday and Friday. And then this weekend, another trough passes. And this is the kind of stuff we're going to be talking about. So some subtle differences, but we'll have some impacts on how much cloud cover we see and what temperatures we see here along the region. So let's take a look overnight tonight on Future Track. Here's what I'm expecting cloud-wise. I'm on board with what the model's showing. Low clouds filling the valleys tomorrow morning. The marine layer is about 2,000 feet deep again tonight. We could see a little drizzle maybe on the south and east sides of the bay, but not a lot expected. Patchy fog possible in the valleys and up in the hills. Tomorrow afternoon, though, less cloud cover expected. So we'll clear out on the north side of the bay first, and then we'll see some reduction of the clouds on the south side of the bay. The model has us almost completely clearing out. Actually, it does by around 4 or 5 p.m. I still think we'll see a few low clouds out there, just less than what we saw today. And that will warm us up a degree or two for most locations. We're still going to be in that chilly marine layer, just a little bit more sunshine reaching us, which will feel warmer. And of course, tomorrow night, those clouds will thicken back up along the coast. Future precip is showing a little light stuff on the south and east sides of the bay. So again, a little drizzle will be possible overnight. My temperature forecast tomorrow, back in the 70s in the Santa Cruz Mountains, 70 in Santa Cruz. The normal height, the climate site in Santa Cruz, which has stopped reporting 3 years ago, but over the last 30 years, the normal high is around 73. So we're still below normal in Santa Cruz, but comfortable, 70 degrees. 68 in Capitola. Won't be terrible on the beach there tomorrow. You'll still be comfortable. Mid-60s Aptos, Watsonville to Salinas, but low 60s Marina and Castroville. Even with sunshine tomorrow, that wind coming in off the water will keep the air conditioning on. Low 70s Hollister, upper 70s Santa Clara Valley. Monterey Peninsula, touch warmer than today. We only hit 59 in Monterey today. So with a little sunshine sprinkled in tomorrow, we're going to get you back to the low 60s, but you'll struggle to get there in places like Pebble Beach. Down south, Salinas Valley warming from 68 in Gonzales to 86 in Bradley. So there is a warm up certainly. Back toward the coast, we're going to stay in the upper 60s in Carmel Valley. The Big Sur Valley, for you folks that live in the valley, there's 71 for your high. It'll be cooler on more of the exposed coast. So we're actually going to warm up a few more degrees Wednesday with a stronger northwest wind coming in, and that should really warm up the north side of the bay. So Santa Cruz, you're going to be back in the mid-70s, I think, by Wednesday. We'll still be in the 60s in Monterey, but it'll feel warmer across the board. And then Thursday looks like the warmest day of the week before we cool off a bit this weekend. We'll probably see some low cloud cover returning by then as well. But then again, the process turns back again, and we're going to see a warmer trend as we head into early next week. Inland areas warming up through Thursday, cooling down through Saturday, and then switching back upward. We're not in the rainy season anymore. I don't see any storms on the horizon. The models aren't showing anything, so we still can get some precip around the bay from the drizzle, but ultimately, where things are
No
pretty much done.
significant amount of rain. All right, sounds good. Thank you, Dan.